Welcome back to Still Business Morning right here on Channels Television. Now, according to a McKinsey report, only 5 to 7% of all payment transactions in Africa are made via electronic or digital channels, compared to 50% or more in Turkey. This means that most cross-border payments are still made through cash or the informal channels, which are costly, slow, risky, and often inaccessible to many segments of the population. How can we get out of this? We have to discuss this. Lasberu Oludimu, Chief Data Protection Officer and Vice President of Legal, Product and Commercial, joins us now from Yellowcard. Good to have you on the program. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, it's really sad, really, to still think that not even inter-country, but cross-border, we now do about 5 to 7%. That means a whole lot of cash is still being used. That's exposure and risk of insecurity, among other things. Why does it seem so slow to be catching on?
Okay, as you all know, they always say cash is still king. Cash is king, irrespective of the innovation and all that. But the fact still remains, people are yet to gain that or get customers, build up customers' trust, right? That's one. Cross-border transfer, there are many ways you can actually do cross-border transfer. It can be via a wire transfer. It can be credit card transaction. It can be electronic fund transfer, international money order, online payment, and even through the digital asset, right? And why we have a very low rate is because the fintech, or those that have this online applications, this online payment platform, we're still struggling to operate within Africa, right? And you may ask, what's the reason why are you guys struggling? The first is we're having issues with regulation. Some countries, I can say Nigeria, we have actually gone far like South Africa. Some countries within the African continent are still way, way back when it comes to regulations, when it comes to regulating those online transactions, when it comes to regulating those payment platforms and all that. The regulations are not there, right? And because the regulations are not there, they tend to discourage the public, because if the regulator doesn't have access to your operations, the regulator can't regulate you. What the regulator can just say is, oh, we are not regulating this business, so you guys should beware, right? Apart from regulation, we can also say the crime rate, the fraud that goes in within the system. So we're still, the platform owners or those in charge or those that will help us initiate those cross-border transfer are still trying to build customer confidence, right? We're still trying to get the customer to trust the system, right? So the first one is regulation. There is limited regulation. The second one is trust. You can't measure the level of trust when you're using all these online platforms compared to when you're using wire transfer. You're still using your usual SWIFT and all that, okay? Then the third one I would say is we haven't got there yet with the proper infrastructure, right? We're still, every day there are new innovations, we're building and all that, but we haven't got to the point where all the African countries within the African continent, where we have built the platform, we have built the infrastructure to assist or to help with this cross-border payments, right? So those are the issues. We're still struggling with the regulation that's dragging back the whole process. We're still struggling with customer trust, trying to build customer trust and confidence, and also the infrastructure is not there. And I still see some operators operating in segments, right? We have got to that stage where we need to collaborate. So if you're bringing in this system, the other entities bring in another system, we all collaborate and ensure that we have a seamless process. We are assisting the general public to actually make those cross-border transfer. But as it is now, though there has been an increase, okay, what is obtainable currently is definitely not what we saw in 2020 or 2019. So as the day goes by, there are new innovation, new infrastructures are built, new products are rolled out. I think we'll get to the stage where we're going to increase that value.
All right, but is the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, PAPS, isn't that helping?
Okay, the idea of PAPS is actually to improve intra-African trade, right? But currently, PAPS is still within the West African monetary zone. So as it stands, it's still within those 6 countries within the West African monetary zone. So it's in a test phase. It hasn't been rolled out to the rest of the African continent, right? We actually meant to use this PAPS like in 54 countries, those that have signed the agreement, right? But currently, we're still the organization is still testing it. Can this work? So for now, it's still restricted. The usage is kind of limited. It's not, you can't find it in the SADC region. You can't find it within the East African region. It's still within the 6 countries. So we don't have let's say, it hasn't been accepted. It hasn't been used globally. So for it
sorry, is it even effective
to really solve this problem?
Sorry, is it even effective in those 6 countries? We can even start from there. If it's successful, then we can use that to launch into other parts of the continent.
Exactly. So PAPS, the trade was actually commenced in January 2021, right? So I would say we're still in the early stage. We can't judge whether it's been effective because we have actually used it for like about 2 years or less. So I think we need to give it time. But for now, it hasn't gone beyond the 6 countries. And even the 6 countries is not being fully utilized because people don't even know about it. I'm very sure that if you conduct a survey with people that do cross-border payments, and say, okay, how do you want to make a payment to somebody in Ghana? Still the 2 countries from Nigeria to Ghana, still within the same West African monetary zone. Nobody will even mention PAPS to you because we still need to educate people about PAPS, what the objective is, what the usage is, what we can actually use it for. But for now, I can say we need to create more awareness for PAPS, right? Not everybody know about PAPS. Even within the West African region, people don't even know about it. So we need to create more education. We need to educate people about it and we need to encourage the usage. It's poorly used and is not widely used.
All right. Well, it looks like there's a lot of work to be done because, platforms like AFTA can hardly be effective and optimized if cross-border payment systems are not efficient and trusted. So a lot of work ahead of us there. But thank you so much, Lasberry Oludimu, Chief Data Protection Officer and Vice President Legal, Products and Commercial with Yelika. Thank you for your perspective this morning.
Thank you.